you doing? Today we're gonna have a beautiful episode. We're gonna be doing a pre-trip inspection on this beautiful Freightliner Cascadia 125. It's a 2016. It's a pretty standard truck. A lot of people use. It's actually the most used truck in the United States. So when conducting the proper pre-trip inspection, the first thing you want to do, we're right here in front of the truck, you want to check the front of the truck. You want to check the bottom of the truck, make sure there's no leaks. If there's no leaks in the truck, that means that everything is in order so far. Then you want to check the headlights. I'm my own cameraman, so you guys got to bear with me. But when you do the lights, you see the lights, they're on the top of the truck. Let me make sure I'm pointing correctly. On the top of the truck. Those lights, what you want to tell the instructor is that they're properly mounted and secure, the proper color of amber to the front and the sides, and red to the rear. They're clean and illuminated. That's how you properly open the hood on a truck. So now we're going to move this over and we're going to go into the engine compartment. Okay, so now we're going to get to the good stuff. We're here, this is the engine compartment of this Freightliner Cascadia. One of the main things that I like to start with, it's one of the biggest and this is the easiest, is the coolant reservoir. Coolant reservoir, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, no leaks, and filled to manufacturer's specifications. That's something very important. A lot of people seem to forget that. You got to make sure you say that because that's part of the examination. I believe they take 1 point away for that. So you want to make sure you don't forget to say that it's filled up to manufacturer's specifications. Also, the coolant reservoir has hoses. So the next thing we want to do is we want to show them belt-driven water pump. We want to tell them it's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. This has a belt as well. The belt is not cracked or frayed. You cannot forget to say that. So now that we just told them about the water pump, we got the dipstick, which is right here. You want to pull it out, and I don't have but you want to insinuate like you're cleaning it. That's how you would be able to clean it. You want to put it back in. You also want to make sure you let them know that it is filled to the manufacturer's specification, meaning it has oil in it. This right here is the power steering fluid reservoir, properly mounted and secured, not cracked, bent, or broken. No leaks because it has a belt. Anything with a leak with a belt, you got to make sure you say there's no leaks. Filled to manufacturer's specifications because this is something that comes with a special specification saying how it should be filled. So you don't want to forget that. So this one, I'm turning over here to the side because you can't really see this, what I'm gonna tell you now. This is actually on the inside part of the truck. Within here, it's in there, so you can't see it, but you got to make sure you mention it to the instructor the day of the test. So you want to tell them gear-driven air compressor, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. Can't forget that because it's an air compressor and it can leak. So now we have the gear-driven power steering pump, not cracked, bent, or broken. Properly mounted and secure, no leaks. Now, we're gonna go back to this side. This side is important. So you wanna tell them gearbox and hoses, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, because they have hoses. Anything that has to do with a hose, you want to say no abrasion, bulges, or cuts. Anything that has to do with a hose. So we have that there. All right, so now we got a new camera angle. We fixed this up over here. So now, you want to go in this section right here, and you want to point out the steering column. I'm hoping I'm not blocking you guys and you guys are getting a good view. But this is the steering column. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Pitman arm is properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Which is this right here, Pitman arm. This down here, let's fix this over here, make sure you guys can see. Looking good. This right here is the drag link. You want to tell them properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. That's very important that you let them know that. I'm just holding the phone in my hand now because we want to get real in depth with what's going on right here. So once again, this is the engine compartment, the front part of the truck. We're going to go right here to this piece right here. That piece. Tie rod. That's properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. You also want to mention to the instructor about the castle nuts and cotter pins. So that would be here, castle nuts and cotter pins. You want to tell them none missing, cotter pins is present. The cotter pins are present. The spring hanger, properly mounted and secure at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken. This right here would be the leaf spring. Leaf spring, properly mounted and secure at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken. None are shifted. You want to make sure that they're not shifted out. U-bolts. Those are the U-bolts. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. Not missing. Shock absorbers. Properly mounted and secure at both ends, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking. And I'm holding the phone in my hand just to give y'all a better look. I would love to be in front of the camera and get famous, but I just really want you guys to learn what's going on. Brake hose, properly mounted and secure at both ends, no abrasion, bulges, or cuts, not leaking air. Can't forget to say that. This is part of this. This is the brake chamber. Brake chamber, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking air. Remember, this is air brakes. Tractor trailers have air brakes. So you want to make sure that you say not cracked, bent, or broken, and you got to let them know it's not leaking air. So we're still here. We're in the same area. You got the slack adjusters and the push rods. Got to make sure you mention that. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. You got to make sure you let them know that with the brakes released and pulled by hand, the push rod should not move more than an inch. That's something you can't forget to say within your test. It's very important. So we getting real dirty today. I'm all up in this over here. I'm getting real dirty. Real dirty. So now, we're going to go over here to the brake drum, right? The brake drum, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. We still right here within the tire. This is all part of the same area. So if you're going to let them know that you're checking the brake drum, then you might as well go to the next thing, which is the brake lining, properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, no oils or debris, friction material is not worn or dangerously thin. Make sure you don't forget to say that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is serious business. This CDL stuff is serious business. We're still only on the one side over here, and we're still recording. pretty sure we're probably over 10 minutes in. So now you want to mention the rim. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. No unauthorized welding or welds, however you want to say it, but it can't be refurbished. Maybe it cracked and you try to weld it together. You can't do that. That's not possible. So the next thing you want to say is lug nuts. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken. There's none missing. No rust trails or powder residue. No cracks around the bolt holes. That's very important. You want to make sure, you know, obviously, because as you can see, they're all here. There's none missing. And I mean, it's not a new rim, but for the most part, looks pretty good. Sure it'll pass inspection anywhere we go. Now, we're still in the tire. We're still in the tire, ladies and gentlemen. Hub seal. Properly mounted and secure, not cracked, bent, or broken, not leaking or filled to manufacturer's specification. That's one thing that a lot of people forget. These hub seals have liquid in it, so you got to make sure that you say it's not leaking, because you get deducted points for that. You don't say that.